Another great feature that was added in this update came to us from one of our FTCU users, Jim Stutsman, who I happened to run into while I was in Springfield, Missouri doing an event for BSON. And he had a really good idea. Just to give you a little background, he actually works on very complex designs that have a lot of pieces to them, and also can have a lot of color changes. And so he expressed to me one of the things that was difficult for him in the software, not necessarily in the software, but once he was getting ready to go stitch the design out, and that was that in the color sequence guide, it'll show you all the color sequences, and let's say that a design has 40 of them, but every color sequence you can have the same color for 3 or 4 different sequences. So when you get that color sequence guide and you have 40 color sequences there, you have to try to figure out, okay, what threads do I need to grab and have by my machine ready to go? And you would have to go through all 40 of those and kind of try to check off a list. Okay, I already wrote this one down, and it just made it kind of difficult. So he said it would be wonderful if we could get a feature that allowed you to, when you go to print your color sequence guide, that it listed the colors that were actually used in the design up at the top, so that you didn't have to go and filter through all 40 color sequences. And it made a lot of sense. And so, went to the programmers and said, this is definitely a feature that would be very useful. And I'm excited that we were able to get it done, and I wanted to show that to you today. So I have a design here, and you'll notice that our software, it does tell you down in the design colors, all the colors used in the design. So you can see here, there's 18 of them. But you'll also notice that there's way more than 18 color sequences here. And so I'm going to go up to my print preview, and I'm going to go into my settings here. I'm going to turn this off first of all. So what happens is, when you get the color sequence guide at the beginning, you would end up having to go through all of these colors. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All these colors, and there's like 26 color sequences here. But yet you can see that there is a goldenrod listed right here. There's also a goldenrod here, here, and here. So you would have to go through all these and say, okay, what colors do I need to grab? And it can be kind of difficult. And in this update, what we did is, if you go to settings inside this print preview, which is this button here, and you go down and you click on this design colors, what this will do is actually throw all the colors that are used in the design right up here at the top. And you can notice that you do see that this one has a lot of colors in it, so you're going to have quite a few here. But there's a lot of designs that we work with that have a lot of different color sequences in them, but yet they don't use nearly as many colors as what you have in the sequence. So this feature is very helpful, and we hope that you enjoy it and you utilize it. It definitely makes life easier when you have to go and pull the colors that you need for your design. And like I said, that is located in the settings under the design colors. By default, it's not checked, so you definitely need to go in there and click that button and hit OK. Now, because this software will remember that you have that, so it'll always put them up at the top until you go back and uncheck it. So make sure you check that feature, especially if you're working with really complex designs that have a lot of color sequences in them, and it will definitely help make life easier for you when you go to pull your threads to use at your machine. So we hope that you love this new feature, and thank you, Jim, for suggesting it.